I would like to talk about responsible leadership, gender ethics, and Islamic perspective, specifically in the context of Indonesia. Indonesia, 1,000 miles away from Arabia, has embraced Islam since earlier 9th centuries, and it has spread all over the archipelago. And at the moment, Islam is followed by about 86% of the population in Indonesia. And how is it that gender ethics being discussed or being contested in Indonesia? First of all, the context of Indonesia, as everyone knows, you look at the map, Indonesia is spread in an archipelagic. So we call our nation as land and water, because it is land and water that create Indonesia. Very plural in terms of religion, in terms of ethnic groups, in terms of educational background and age, and also gender. And Indonesia has been home to many great religions: Hinduism, Buddhism, Christianity, both Catholicism and Protestant, Konghucu, and many other thousands of local cultures that is not known to the world religion. The gender ethics in each of these groups, and also from this religious group, are also variety. But I would like to talk more on how Islam and Indonesian context on this time. Islam has a very clear gender ethic in term of norma, term of normative view, that gender ethic in Islam are equality, of partnership, and also complementarity. But how such ideals is understood and also translated into the life of Muslim communities in Indonesia is different issues. And in Indonesia alone, we know that Indonesia is non-theocratic, although majority or 99% or maybe 100% of Indonesians will say that religions are important, but for the purpose of the management of the state, they like to have it more secular, but not 100% secular. So Indonesia is, we call it religious democracy. Within that kind of context, the state policy also address religious issues, among others. The Constitution of Indonesia, that is developed in 1945 with the proclamation of Indonesian independence, proclaimed or granted that men and women have the same rights. They are equal citizens. This is the basic. And in the other side, our state ideology, Pancasila, also state that the first sila is unity in deity, respect for religion, and the second is universal humanity and justice. So with that mandate, Indonesia respect gender equality. However, in many of the regulations or law, there are some law that is still problematic in terms of gender issues, and one of them is marriage law. The marriage law enacted in 1974 and still valid until today has been viewed by many people, activists, academicians, religious leaders, to be religiously and also biased gender. For instance, in the law, it is the what we call it, said that husband is the head of the household, and the women are the what we call are the manager of the household. So in a way, it gives privilege to men as a leader, and women as subordinate to women. So many people, academicians, NGO activists, gender activists, they try to demand that the law be revised to accord to the today's relevant of the world. So women are not trying to find a way to refine the law, but also to reinterpret what it is meant by leadership, that meant to be leader, and how should the best leadership of in the marriage, whether it is like authoritarian or it is democratic. So if it is the democratic leadership, then that is fine. We don't have to revise. So the like the conversation is between the legal and also the praxis. Women themselves also try to interpret what is the strong point of becoming a manager of household. Then think about if a family without food, will the family be happy? No. So the food that is being prepared by women are very important. So the message that is not being carried out from the gender perspective is trying to deconstruct the binary opposition that give more privilege, more values to what men do, and try to make it equal. What men do are important, what women do are also important. So this is the kind of the negotiation that many people try to do, to negotiate between the gap between the normative point of view of Islam, the normative point of view of the state ideology, of the law, and also the practical life. Hopefully, we will have a more equal gender ethics in Indonesia.